CTV News.
A massive redevelopment is coming to a Prince George's County staple, and it's backed by one of the region's biggest names. I'm Noel James, and just ahead, the details on those plans.
Plus,
Sphere Entertainment could be touching down in Prince George's County a lot sooner than we think. I'll have that story coming up on CTV News.
And
coming up, a new law could change how money is managed in the county. I'll tell you how coming up.
these stories and more on CTV News, starting now.
Good evening. This is CTV News for April 9th. I'm Jonathan Hunter.
And I'm Anaya Falcon. Thanks so much for joining us. And topping our news tonight, we have some major economic development updates from the county executive.
From new owners buying the former Six Flags site and the Sphere at the National Harbor may be coming sooner than we thought.
That's right. And we start our team coverage with Noel James in Bowie.
Once a staple for families across the DMV, the former Six Flags site now behind me is a ghost town, but it is gearing up for a transformation led by a hometown legend and county leaders. The vast property spanning more than 500 acres closed at the end of the 2025 season after 50 years of operation. The site was just purchased by Kevin Durant's company 35V and TPA Group, an investment company from Atlanta. County Executive Aisha Braveboy says the partnership marks a major step forward for economic development, thousands of jobs, and a chance to reimagine one of the county's most iconic properties.
I was super excited that not only did we attract a quality buyer, but that part of that group is led by Prince George's County native Kevin Durant. That means a lot. It means that individuals who grew up here want to give back and give back in an impactful way.
Early discussions point toward a 24/7 entertainment-focused mixed-use development, potentially including a convention center to fully utilize the property year-round.
What we have determined was that that site would be great for destination development, hotels, convention center, restaurants, high-end stores, other attractions, sporting attractions. So there's a lot of opportunity there.
And speaking of changes coming to Prince George's County, Six Flags is just the start. Here's Brandon Williams, who's tracking changes with the Sphere coming to the National Harbor.
That's right, Noel. Another big project that's reshaping Prince George's County is the entertainment sphere that's going to be built here, right next to the MGM down here at the National Harbor. Now, according to Prince George's County Executive Aisha Braveboy, the Sphere could be coming sooner than we think. In a press conference yesterday, she said the Sphere could come up out of the ground within the next 24 to 36 months. The Sphere is set to receive $200 million in state, local, and private incentives. Sphere Entertainment says while Las Vegas is different from National Harbor, it's still expected to draw 200 million visitors annually, which could mean a big economic boost for Prince George's County. We talked with some people in the National Harbor, and the reactions about the Sphere were ambivalent.
Of course, it's going to bring business and people around the National Harbor area. I think that's great. But as long as the funding would go back, the money that's made from it would go back towards the system, that would be great. But we haven't seen that so far.
Once I heard about it, which was recently, my spirit started jumping because all I saw was money, 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 money. And if I'm making money, the county will make money, the people will be blessed, our children, our visitors especially, because National Harbor at a point was starting to fade for a minute. So this is fantastic. With all the new restaurants being built, the Sphere coming, we're in business. This is great.
Would the Sphere bring you back more frequently?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's only 3 hours Amtrak from the city. It's New York, absolutely.
This project was announced earlier this year in January, and it's expected to bring a big economic boom to Prince George's County and the state of Maryland overall. For now, reporting in the National Harbor, I'm Brandon Williams for CTV News. Jonathan Anaya, back to you at the desk.
All right. Thanks, Brandon and Noel, for that great team coverage.
Yes, and for the former Six Flags site, several public engagement events are scheduled in the coming months to gather residents' input. And as of now, there is no timeline yet for redevelopment plans or construction. And changes are coming to how Prince George's County handles millions in taxpayer dollars tied to parks and planning.
Our Michaela Newton reports that more than $27 million has been moved since last September, and she joins us now from the studio with more on the Budget, Reconciliation, and Financing Act of 2026. Michaela?
A major shift in how money is managed in Prince George's County, now backed by a new law signed by Governor Wes Moore.
That's a conversation that you need to have with the legislature. Right, it was added in, I believe, in the House of Delegates, so I want to defer to them. I don't want to speak for them.
The measure stops the county council from moving money out of parks and planning accounts outside of the normal budget process. The move comes after months of controversy over how that money was being used. The funds come from the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, an agency funded by a dedicated property tax and responsible for land use planning and maintaining a large regional park system. But in recent months, tens of millions of dollars were transferred out of those accounts and redirected to other county projects. That raised concerns among some leaders about transparency, oversight, and whether taxpayer dollars were being used as intended. Lawmakers say the change added during the legislative process aims to bring more accountability to how those funds are handled.
I think it's just really a good governance measure. It's something that on a state level, we try to hold ourselves to a high standard. And so I think there's nothing wrong with what was placed there to hold the county to that same standard.
We must look at everything that is practical and understand that when we take from one pot, something else sacrifices. But I just want to take a moment to thank our state delegation, our legislature, for clearly defining what I thought and putting it in writing in the budget.
With the governor's signature, the new rule is now in effect, blocking any future transfers outside the formal budget process. In studio, I'm Michaela Newton for CTV News.
Thanks, Michaela. We reached out to the County Council Chair, Crystal Oriatha, and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission Chairman, Darrell Barnes, and both declined to comment.
We're going to continue to follow this story and keep you updated. With the legislative session ending in a matter of days, lawmakers are debating a bill that would allow the state to sue private schools over claims of discrimination, including gender identity. The bill has been met with a lot of pushback from both legal experts and lawmakers who believe the move could bankrupt some schools. Plus, some are concerned the bill could penalize schools that have a traditional understanding of sex based on biology. The bill passed in the House and is now in the Senate.
And Maryland lawmakers are making changes to a bill that would make it easier to update the gender on a birth certificate. A House panel has removed a controversial provision that would have required the state to keep a separate record of people who change their gender designation. The bill would streamline the process for adults to request an updated birth certificate with a different gender marker. But with the record-keeping language gone, lawmakers say the future of the bill is now uncertain. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Anaya Falcon.
And I'm Jonathan Hunter. Coming up.
A library at a county-run school gets some major work done. I'm Katara Jones. I'll tell you more about that renovation project coming up on CTV News.
You know the national parks, but you may not know that they're supported by a strong foundation. A foundation for the future. We are the National Park Foundation. And together with your support, we are building a bold future where national parks are vibrant, protected, and welcoming. Today, tomorrow, forever. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Welcome back. A county-run school hosts a ribbon-cutting ceremony to showcase its newly renovated library.
CTV's Katara Jones takes us inside the space that students say they now enjoy utilizing.
I'm inside the Library Media Center here at Frederick Douglass High School, and as you can see, this entire space has recently gone through a major renovation. was a day of celebration at Frederick Douglass High as the school unveiled the new look of its Library Media Center. This renovation project was in partnership with the Prince George's County Public School System, Heart of America, and the Pull Up Fund. Today's event marked the 47th county-run school to have its library space redone.
A few months ago, we started the planning process with the design concept, getting all the materials together for this space, working with the principal and the library media specialist to understand their vision, and then put the plan in motion to get all the work done.
The space received new furniture, freshly painted walls in school colors, more than 1,000 new books, laptops, and 3D printers. Kennedy McCall, a senior, says the library feels more open and inviting.
It seems like a place for collaboration. I'm currently in an international baccalaureate program, so it allows us to work together on projects, the 3D printer, the poster machine. We love it. It allows us to be creative with our work.
Through this partnership, the next library renovation project will be at Surrattsville High School. Katara Jones, CTV News.
Such a good news story. I love it. Flynn says the library renovations at Surrattsville High School is expected to be completed before next fall.
A Terp who reached for the stars is coming back to inspire the next generation. Astronaut and engineer Jeanette Epps will deliver the 2026 commencement address at the University of Maryland. Epps retired from NASA back in 2025 after nearly 16 years of service. She earned both her master's and doctorate in aerospace engineering at Maryland, becoming the first from the program to become a NASA astronaut. In 2024, she spent nearly 8 months aboard the International Space Station as part of Expedition 71. Epps will speak to graduates May 20th at CQ Stadium, saying she hopes to inspire them to make an impact on Earth and beyond.
And an annual 2-day summer camp to inspire young women to become a firefighter, EMT, or a paramedic is coming back this summer. Camp Trailblazers will introduce women ages 15 to 18 to fire and emergency medical services. The campers will learn fire service skills through hands-on activities taught by members of the Prince George's County Fire EMS Department. A representative from the department says this camp is important to potentially diversify the department and increase volunteer members.
Women make up about 5% of the career firefighters nationwide. Currently, Prince George's County Fire EMS Department is about 12.5% female. And so our goal here is to not only increase that percentage, but to just engage the young women and let them know that they're able to do this. Initially, when the girls come, they are very nervous and a little shy, but as the camp goes on, they typically warm up, and some of them definitely realize that this is a career that they're interested. And we've had a few of our campers actually end up applying for our department.
And the application for Camp Trailblazers closes on Monday. To apply, visit joinpgfd.com.
The Redevelopment Authority announced it has $250,000 available for community-based organizations. $100,000 is earmarked for eligible projects in the National Capital Strategic Economic Development areas of the county. The rest is set to go towards county-wide projects. The goal is to help organizations implement innovative projects within the county. The application deadline is May 18th by 5 p.m. Still to come on CTV News, primary elections are coming up soon, and CTV News is bringing you interviews with candidates from multiple races.
After the break, we're joined by a candidate for the U.S. House of Representatives. Stay with us.
From the tiniest creature to the mightiest giant, every species shapes our world. Bees pollinate the plants that feed us. Elephants carve paths that keep forests healthy. Coral reefs protect coastlines and marine life. When wildlife flourishes, so do we. A healthy, natural world gives us clean air, water, and food. It helps us recover from disasters and fight diseases. Nature's impact is powerful, but it's fragile, and we all have a role to play in keeping it strong. A person, a community, a movement. Together, we have the power to protect wildlife, restore habitats, and build a sustainable future. Let's protect our planet, our future, our home. Find out how at wwf.earth/species.
We are Mercy on a mission. Together we bring hope and healing.
Even though I know we are here for work, sometimes it doesn't feel like it because it's just people you love.
This experience is definitely staying with me for as long as I have memory.
To see how you can change lives, visit mercyships.org today.
Welcome back. We are now less than 3 months away from the 2026 primary elections, where every seat from the county to Congress are up for grabs in Maryland.
In the next coming weeks, CTV News will bring you exclusive interviews with candidates. Joining us today is a candidate from Maryland's Congressional District 4 seats, Mr. George McDermott. And Mr. McDermott, thank you for joining us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
So we're going to just jump right in. It's no secret you have run for the seat a couple times in the past. What makes this time different?
Well, things are, at this point in time, things have gotten much worse in this nation, and we need change. We need to have a change in our overall government. We need to make sure that our government is held accountable for what to the Constitution and rule of law that they've sworn an oath and affirmance to the law for. And right now we're strayed so far from that oath of office, it's unimaginable. Just this morning I heard that we're reinstituting the draft without notifying Congress, without notifying anybody else. We're at war on 3 different continents right now. Our citizens are not being allowed access to our courts of law and justice. No citizens are allowed jury trials anymore. The list goes on and on and on, and the only way that you can make a difference is you need to be on the inside and be one of those 535 people who can make a difference in what is happening in this country. One man can't do it, but 1 + 1 + 1 will eventually lead to change. And all my campaigns have basically been the same thing. I am for equal justice and equal protection under the law as our founding fathers had agreed to. They put it in writing, they put it in the 14th Amendment, that we are all entitled to jury trials. And what's happening in our country right now is even this war, people think it's about finance. It isn't. The war is about money. It's about people losing their homes right now because our prices are going up. The war is sucking. We are $155 trillion in debt, according to the U.S. Treasury, in the last 2 weeks.
And I do want to ask you, if you were elected, what are your top 3 priorities that you want to accomplish in your first 100 days?
The very top 3 priorities would be to make sure that all judicial proceedings in the United States of America are recorded verbatim on video transcripts, because 99% of the judicial proceedings today are tampered with. The dockets are tampered with, the transcripts are tampered with, and we are incarcerating the wrong people. We need to incarcerate the people who go before these courts and make deliberate false statements to steal people's home, put in false records, put in forged documents, and it's mushrooming now more than it has ever in the history of this nation.
And then one topic that is on many people's minds is immigration. What are your overall thoughts on birthright citizenship, and would you make any changes to it?
Well, no, birthright citizen, I'll be honest with you, I'm in jeopardy right now of losing my birthright citizen, even though I was born right here in Prince George's County. Every citizen in this country should stand up and oppose this, because it's not what our founding fathers meant. Our founding fathers meant this to be a land of the free and home of the brave, a land where we welcomed immigrants. This nation was built on slavery and indentured servants, and when they stayed long enough, they got citizenship, and we're now at a point that we have an administration who has formed what I consider the ICE and Homeland Security to be the first step in Adolf Hitler's 1933 book of that they are the new SS of the United States of America, and we have to rein in these people so that our citizens and their legal and civil rights are not taken away from us by a group of politicians, all of whom were put in office not by we the people. They were put in by billionaires around the world who poured hundreds of $millions into these political campaigns to get certain individuals and parties elected. And we see what's happening right now. We are no longer a land of defending the beliefs of the Constitution and rule of law. We are now engaged openly in creating wars against other sovereign nations to keep the military complex going. And that has to be stopped no matter what, because it affects everything in our society. We are not the society I was born into, and and all we're doing is creating, by bombing all these other foreign countries. We're having there's the people who they've killed and maimed, and the businesses they put out. We're creating enemies that will be here for the next 100 years.
Don't mean to cut you off. We are actually running out of time, but thank you again for coming to join us today.
Well, I appreciate it. God bless, and you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for inviting me down.
Thank you. You want to make sure you tune in tomorrow as we introduce another candidate, Mr. Jonathan White.
And don't go anywhere just yet. It's almost time for our Thursday sports page.
That's right. What's going on, Simon?
Stay tuned for your Thursday sports page, everyone, as I have some highlights from the Diamond coming your way. Be right back.
What if protecting penguins could help us save pumas? I'm National Geographic explorer Pablo Garcia Borboroglu, and that's exactly what I do. Penguins are a keystone species. When we protect them, we save so many other animals in the sea and on land. National Geographic Society celebrates all of its global explorers who are inspiring us to protect marine species like penguins.
All right, sports fans, we begin your Thursday sports page with some highlights from the Diamond, as the Duval High School baseball team hosted Wise yesterday. Now we pick things up at the 6th inning, as the Pumas had a 10-7 lead over Duval, and these 3 straight strikes thrown by the Tigers helped keep Wise scoreless in the inning. And Duval had a chance to tie things up or win the ball game in the 7th. And in the top of the 7th inning, Justin Smith of Duval had a big play, as he stole not 1 base but 2, putting him at 3rd and in prime scoring position. And Smith did just that after this nice hit by Wilkins Berlin that brought him home for the RBI to make the score 10-8 in favor of Wise. And soon after trying to get a runner out, Wise's third baseman failed to make the catch, and Berlin was able to bring it home to make the score 10-9 in favor of the Pumas. And then, you guessed it, Duval was able to tie the ball game at 10-all after the RBI from Jordan Hunt. In the bottom of the 7th, Wise failed to score any runs, causing the game to go into extra innings. And Wise then survived their trip to the Tigers' den, losing to Duval 11-10. And there was even more action on the diamond yesterday as Parkdale took down High Point 13-3, Bowie routed Bladensburg 20-2, and Crossan fell to Largo, losing 22-14. Meantime, congratulations to Terps lacrosse player Riley Reese on being named Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. This comes after the senior defenseman played a big role in the team's win against Ohio State this past Saturday, limiting the Buckeyes' offense to just 7 goals. He also recorded 2 caused turnovers and led all defenders with 3 ground balls. Reese and the rest of the team will face off next versus Johns Hopkins for their final home game of the season on Saturday. And wrapping up sports, the Baltimore Orioles got the dub against the Chicago White Sox yesterday, winning 5-3. And with that win, you guys, it completed a 3-game sweep of Chicago. Baltimore will now shift their focus to their series against the San Francisco Giants, which begins tomorrow at 6:15. And that wraps up your Thursday sports page. Simon Bugs, CTV Sports.
Thanks, Simon. Well, before we end the show tonight, we have some good, we have some bad but good news to report. Signing off for the last time with us is our colleague Anaya Falcon. Anaya joined us back in, I think it was July.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, actually, you and I both started the same week. I started on a Monday.
Days, yep, after you.
Started on a Wednesday. And I know I speak for everyone when I say you will be missed. We're definitely going to miss seeing you in the newsroom. But we have a video that we wanted to share with our viewers.
Anaya, congratulations. Wish you all the best of luck with your new job.
I wish you well at WJZ in Baltimore.
I'm super excited for your move to Baltimore. I know you're going to do a great job.
Congratulations on your new position.
I wanted to give you a heartfelt congratulations on moving on, the next step in your career.
So first of all, I want to say congratulations on your new position at WJZ, your dream station, or one of your dream stations. I remember our conversation very well.
Glad to see you back in Baltimore, in your hometown, so you can do, your thing and flourish as much as you want to flourish.
I'm so happy for you in this next stepping stone in your career.
I know this is something that you have been working hard and praying for, and being very diligent and being patient.
I have been overjoyed getting to know you, seeing you grow.
I will always remember the great stories that you share with not only us, but also our CTV viewers as well.
You're such a great storyteller, and you brought a unique voice to the newsroom.
I want to thank you for bringing such great energy and stories to our team, and I wish the best of you and be more.
You came in and you did the best work you could, and people took notice. Your strong virtues, your passion, and your grace, these things are going to carry you forward, even past your next job.
I know that wherever you go, you will do well. And remember everything that I said. Show up strong every day.
But one thing I'll tell you is that I'm going to keep praying for you. I'm going to keep rooting for you. You always have a friend here, and you always have friends here at CTV that are always going to be looking up to you and wishing you all the best.
And it definitely was a pleasure working with you the last couple of months.
I hope you have a great time and do great things in Baltimore.
Congratulations on your new job in Baltimore. I wish you all the best.
So I wish you all the best. I wish you all the blessings.
Congratulations. Good luck to you.
The best of luck to you. We'll miss you.
Good luck in Baltimore. Give them hell.
Congratulations and good luck.
And I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Congrats. Good luck.
Congratulations. We will miss you dearly first, but we'll never forget you.
And I wish you nothing but the best during your time at WJZ. I hope it proves to be everything that you have been working and praying for. God bless.
And jokingly, earlier today, I said, we're not going to have any crying, but obviously you didn't listen.
You got me.
But it's okay. It's okay to cry.
Got me good.
It's okay. I got to give you some tissues.
Thank you.
Like I said, it's been a pleasure working with you. You and I both we're making that commute from Baltimore County here to Prince George's County. So tell everyone what you're going to be doing, where you're going.
Yes, so I'll be a producer. I'll also be working as a social media reporter as well, editing as well, and looking forward to moving on to on-camera work in the future. We'll be working at WJZ in Baltimore, Oprah's first station and stomping ground, so I'm so excited.